you ever found yourself around somebody who puts you down constantly? Yeah, claims that they're only joking or that you're too sensitive, that makes you doubt yourself, doubt your memory, doubt your perception of events, doubt your intentions, doubt your behaviour. And you're the one that's always left feeling like you're at fault, feeling like you're to blame. Then more likely than not, you have been around a narcissistic individual. And with narcissistic individuals, in order to have the disorder itself, they need at least 5 of the 9 criteria, such as a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, exploitative behaviour, envious of others, believing others are envious of them, arrogance and haughty behaviour, grandiosity, preoccupied with themselves, a belief that they're special, and they need at least 5 of the 9. However, you can have someone who is entitled and lacks empathy, and they're going to be a very toxic individual to be around. Whether they are on the spectrum of the disorder or not, they're still going to be an incredibly toxic person to be around. And then within the personality itself, there's then personalities underneath that. So you can have a grandiose narcissist because the world around them sort of believes in them. They've got the money, they've got the friends, they've got the family, they've got the charisma, they've got the charm, they've got the looks, they've got the intelligence, whatever it is that they've got that gets people to believe in them. Then you can have the fragile that's kind of turned into the victim mindset, where everyone's out to get them, where it's everybody else's fault. And we've all been a victim of something, and it's very easy to slip into that victim mindset. However, just because you've slipped into a victim mindset does not make you a narcissistic individual. You can then have the sadistic that gets pleasure out of your pain. You can have the somatic that's all about the looks, that's going to use the looks to their advantage. The cerebral that's going to use the intellect. The self-righteous that believes they're better than everybody else, like most narcissistic people, but it comes across more that self-righteous attitude. The compassionate that will latch onto a cause, and not because they care about the cause, but they care about gaining the admiration and putting other people down. The communal that's going to be really interested in the community and helping out. Yet again, you can have genuine people that are compassionate, genuine people that are interested in the community. With a narcissistic individual, it's all about gaining the admiration and the attention, and they often play the martyr of how much they're doing for others and how much they're struggling. And we can all struggle in life, there's no wrong in that. With a narcissist, it's the way they go about things in order to get their needs met that has a negative consequence on those around them, the way they lie, deceive and manipulate. There's the overt that's a little bit more obvious and arrogant, and then the covert that's a little bit more underhand and sly. Yeah, all narcissistic people are more than capable of acting in covert way. When it comes to covert behaviour, they're as manipulative as any other narcissistic behaviours, only the covert tends to fly under the radar. They're not as outright or obvious or in your face as overt behaviours. So one covert behaviour is a narcissist will go all out to twist your words, yet at the same time they'll stand there and play the victim and accuse you of being the one who is twisting their words. They go all out to play the victim in order to elicit the sympathetic attention. They will go all out to provoke a reaction from you, and then once they get that reaction, they will stand back and act all shocked that how dare you treat them in that way. They can't believe that side of you that they've just seen, and they will go all out to blame you because they want to convince you that your emotional reactions to their actions are the problem, to distract you from the fact without their actions you wouldn't be experiencing those very same emotional reactions. They will go all out to feign empathy when it suits them, when it makes them look good. However, they are purely focused on getting their own needs met. They will be highly critical of other people. They will nitpick at other people's appearance, other people's intellect, other people's abilities, other people's intentions. And this is because the narcissist wants to pull everybody else down in order so they can feel superior. Yet they themselves, with their double standards, are highly sensitive to any form of constructive feedback. They take offence to this. They might offer to do something for you. They do it badly, usually with their weaponised incompetence. You point it out of how potentially, oh, that's very good, but perhaps if you just did it like this, they get offended. Now, we can all have a different way. We can all have different systems, even when it comes to something as simple as washing the pots. We can all have different ways of going about it. And as long as the job gets done, we can leave people to their own devices. With a narcissist, they will go all out to make more mess as they are cleaning, and then get offended when you point out that they haven't actually cleaned anything. They've just made a bigger mess. And then they'll throw the towel up in the air and, I don't know why I even bother to help you. And they play the victim in the situation. They're extremely secretive and dishonest, and they will withhold information. They will lie about information, and they will lie about things that don't even need lying about, just so that they can know something that you don't know. So they can simply just be going to see their mother, and they will tell you that they're just nipping to run an errand. And if you ask, because they feel entitled to do as they please and they don't believe they should have to answer to you, they can then create an argument and say, told you I'm just going to run an errand, I'll not be long, you're not in charge of me. Then they disappear. And then 3-4 hours later, you're worried sick, you're chasing after them, you're wondering where they are. They're lapping up the attention. They're staying out even longer because you're messaging them, look now, they're ignoring you. And they might not actually even be up to no good. Might have just gone to visit one of their parents. And then, when they return home and you're all irate, and they just see, this is why I can't talk about anything with you. This is why I can't tell you anything. Look at the state of you. What's your problem? And you're the one that's thinking, yeah, I am acting a little bit. I'm not going to accuse you of being crazy. But again, it's their behaviour that's leading to that reaction within you, because they can't just simply be honest with you. And then once they've got you where they want you, they then go out and do things like cheat on you. And you're no longer able to sort of call them out due to previous experience of the negative reaction you received from them. They will pull you in when they want something from you and then keep you at arm's length when they don't need you. They will shower you with attention, affection and support, and then they'll withhold it. They'll become extremely emotionally distant, but to a point where you're questioning what you've done wrong to offend them. They will fall silent on you. They will sulk at you. So you're constantly walking on eggshells and asking them what you've done. They're very interested in knowing how you feel so that they can use your feelings against you, but they'll not let you know how they're feeling. Again, with that playing the victim, they will exaggerate their suffering. No one's experienced anything as bad as they've experienced. You can be watching something horrific that's happening on TV somewhere in the world, and they'll just sit there and say, that's nothing compared to when I had to. And they're looking for that sympathetic attention. If you don't give them that sympathetic attention, they get highly offended. Any conflict that they cause, they play down the part that they played, or they deny all knowledge of the part that they played. They will be highly controlling of what you wear to your whereabouts. Yet they do it in that subtle way where you end up doing it to yourself. So they can disappear on you to run an errand and not inform you. And you can actually say, hey, I'm just going to hit the gym. Who are you going there with? What you putting that makeup on for? What you wearing that shirt for? Who are you really seeing? What have you put that cologne on, that perfume on for? What you really doing? What you really up to? And then they start an argument before you go, so you're all stressed out, or you come home and they said they can do it in more a covert way where they're like, oh, you're really stressed at the moment. Why don't you go to the gym? It's been ages since you've been. I think you really ought to treat yourself. I'll take care of the home. Don't worry about it. You go. And you go and think, something's not quite right here, but you still go. And they use that weaponized incompetence. So when you come home all sort of relaxed, you walk through the door and it's like a bomb's gone off. And then all that hard work is undone. And if you try and point out to them something, they get offended. I don't know why I bother. See, this is why I don't do anything for you. Look at the state of you. You've just been out and there's no appreciation, is there? So you're the one that's then like, what is going on? And they continue to manipulate the situation to their advantage. So they control your whereabouts in those ways, or they just pretend to be really concerned. And as people can be concerned, it's normal to sort of think, oh, they just care. Where are you going to be? What time are you going to be home? And they expect you to give every single detail. However, they'll not give you every single detail, or they'll lie about the small stuff, or they'll tell you but not the truth. So you're constantly on edge, and then they'll accuse you of the one who's got the trust issues because they're causing those trust issues within you. They will use guilt trips and passive aggressive behaviour in order to get their needs met by you. They'll be incredibly controlling, yet they'll accuse you of controlling them. They'll turn around to you and claim that you're not in charge of them, even though you just simply ask them what they're doing later. So you can't just have a straightforward conversation. You're forever walking on eggshells. You're forever picking the right moment to speak to them about something, and it's still the wrong moment. Yet when they need you for something, they can treat you so incredibly well. They can give you that false hope to keep you hanging on to something that's not meant to be. Any covert behaviours that you notice, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, the best method, if at all possible, is to go no contact, leave them to live their life while you go and live yours. Many will escalate their games, which you need to watch out for and know the patterns so that you don't play into their hands, so that you don't give them that reaction, so that you can understand why they're doing these things and don't go to them for the information. If you can't go no contact for whatever reason, then limited contact and grey rock, or rules to deal with narcissistic individual. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon. A Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people if you cannot go no contact, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. And they'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.